A near disaster. A plane packed with people crash lands at LaGuardia Airport, feet from an icy river.
Tower, you have an aircraft off the runway. The airport is closed. The airport is closed. We got a 3-4.
Incredible sound there. Would you know, though, what to do if you were on this plane, we ask?
Well, Captain Tom Bunn knows. He's a former Air Force pilot and a commercial pilot with more than 3 decades of experience in the air. He's also the author of SOAR, the breakthrough treatment for fear of flying. He shows us how to survive an emergency landing this morning. Captain, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Okay, so thanks for boarding our flights.
Exactly.
It's good.
Thank you.
We feel safe with you.
MD-80s because we got 2 on one side and 3 on the other, just like the plane.
So I'm in first class, you're in coach. Which of us has a better shot at making it?
That's hard to say on an airplane because impact is usually not the problem anymore. With the safety systems and nav systems, we don't usually just go smacking into a mountain. Impact is not the problem. It's smoke in case there's a fire, which there could well be because we could puncture a tank.
Which was one of the concerns yesterday.
Yes.
So when we're talking about LaGuardia, if we are on a plane, if we have these concerns, if we're in a situation like this, can you walk us through what we should be knowing in our minds for rescue and really recovery?
Right, the first thing when you get on the airplane, count the number of seats between you and the emergency exit in front of you and behind you. You want to have 2 options.
So you want to know why? Because if lights go out, you want to know exactly where you are on the plane?
Not just the lights go out. If there's smoke, you may not be able to see, and you want to get out with that, so you don't breathe that stuff very long.
Okay, so knowing where you are on the plane is important. Right. Don't worry about your snacks and all that. Know exactly where you are.
Yeah, when you sit down, when you first sit down, count the number of rows between you and the exit ahead of you and behind you.
Right.
Then.
So you have that. You have that whether you're in the middle seat, side seat. First off, on the impact, you do buckle your seatbelt, number one.
And
on
you'll
impact,
be down like
you
that.
cover like that, so if you know you're going to hit.
When the plane stops moving, you want to wait and see what the flight attendants tell you. There could be fire on one side or the other. They may want to keep you from evacuating into the trouble. So after they tell you to evacuate, if you're on the aisle, you go up the aisle, keep your head down at this level.
Right.
Could be hot up high, smoke down low.
So don't get too low. You stay right in between,
and
you get out.
And count these seat backs till you get to your exit.
Okay, which is why you had to do it when you first got on. You also say don't take anything with you.
Don't take anything with you.
Your kids.
Don't take any baggage with you.
Great.
Because that gets in the way. It slows you down, slows everybody else down.
So Captain, when you're bracing for landing, show us specifically what you do.
You get this position here. Of course, you know, the seats are so close together anymore, you may not be able to do that. You may have to put your hand on the top.
Why would you put your head first and not your legs?
Your legs are, if they fly forward, you're not going to do much damage. But if your head hits something, that's where you're vulnerable.
Okay. If you happen to be in a bulkhead, for anyone who has that seat, do they do the same thing?
Yeah, you could do the same thing. You have more room to do that, and that would be the proper position.
Okay.
So you say 2. If you're in the middle seat, you're going to have to go up the seats, right?
Well,
if you go to the aisle, you go out and around and through.
If you're on the aisle, it's easier, right there in the aisle. But what if you're kind of trapped in here and then you go
right up the middle.
Go just climb right across the street.
Just climb right over
the seats to the exit.
As a captain, how important is it to know and listen to what the instructions are from your leaders?
It's important, but most people don't do it.
Okay.
Right. You know, it was amazing, too. In LaGuardia, they said there was very little screaming, very little panic.
Yeah.
They just braced themselves as they felt themselves go over to the side. So that shows you got lucky with a good group of passengers.
Yeah.
Captain, thank you so much
for being
here
much.
and walking us through this. Keep us safe in the future.
And let's hope you don't have to use those tips, but at least you have them.